If you feel like you have the munchies after a rotten night's sleep, you may be right. New research shows the connection between a poor night's sleep and making poor food choices the next day. Here with the story is WSJ health reporter Sumathi Reddy. Hi, Sumathi. Good to see you. So now we know why not sleeping can lead to weight gain, or a little bit more insight into that, right?
Yeah, so there's a growing body of evidence that shows when you get a bad night's sleep, you tend to eat more. Interestingly enough, it's not the meals where you're eating more, it's snack time.
Snack time.
So you're eating more calories, anywhere from 300 to 400 more calories when you're snacking, and basically double the amount of fat. So those things are salty and have a lot of fat.
So you're reaching for the wrong thing.
Yes.
And researchers are pointing to a mechanism in our bodies.
Yes, so there's been a few possible explanations, and a recent study found a new one, which was the activation of something that's called the endocannabinoid system, which is,
big word.
yes, these are lipids in our body that are involved in a lot of things, immune function, stress, and also reward-driven eating.
Ah, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those rewards through our taste buds.
Yeah, so it's like pleasurable eating. It's the same system as activated when someone smokes marijuana and has the munchies.
Oh, very interesting. So it's the idea, we don't feel that well, we didn't sleep well, we need a pick-me-up, we need something to make us feel better?
We don't really know. So these researchers tracked the sort of levels of the endocannabinoid system, one particular one, and they found that the people who were sleep deprived, it was peaking, the peak was greater and it was happening later in the day. So they were really snacking in sort of the late afternoon, early evening hours.
And what constitutes sleep deprived? How much sleep did you have to miss out on to have this greater craving for snacks?
So typically in studies, in laboratory studies, where they're having people sleep in the lab and live in the lab, it's 4.5 hours.
Sometimes. So 4.5 hours of sleep. I don't think I could get anything done in 4.5 hours of sleep. I mean, obviously there's a lot of downside to not getting enough sleep, right?
I mean, yeah.
Not just the food. We also make all kinds of bad decisions about other things too, correct?
So risk-taking, impulsivity, cardiovascular health, pretty much everything,
Right.
Cognitive abilities, getting sick, yeah.
Right. So now researchers are understanding this link a little bit better, but they still don't know why exactly it happens, correct?
They don't know, but now sort of the next step in this research is to find out, okay, well, if we extend people's sleep, if we force them to sleep like an hour and a half more than they normally would, is that going to help them lose weight? So those sorts of trials are starting now, so that'll be very interesting, because once they can prove that, then we can start incorporating sleep into weight loss programs, like the Weight Watchers and the Jenny Craigs, and maybe sleep will be a more important component.
So is there anything that we can do about, now that we know this and we're aware, is there anything that we can do to not sabotage our diets if we don't get a good night's sleep?
I mean, I think honestly just getting, trying to aim for that 7 to 8 hours, which is what sleep experts recommend per night.
And just be aware of what's driving that craving for that Hershey's bar at 4 o'clock. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sumathi, thank you so much for that.
Thanks for having me.